25% tariffs to US orders crossing the border from Canada to the US. Which is kind of like walking up to a hot water line and just snipping it with a pair of snips. That went terribly. I just got back from a VSA conference. It was in Indianapolis this year. It was a good opportunity to connect with a bunch of the makers that we supply tonewood to. Happy that I connected with any of you guys watching right now. Come back to Canada and guess what? I've got a long list of tasks waiting for me. None of them really have anything to do with making tonewood because we live on a farm here. Part of that off-grid lifestyle that we've accepted comes with power outages, which is the first thing. The power plant had a minor breakdown and was shut down for a few days. And then we had a cold snap, so it was -10, -15. Well, I dealt with that on day one. As soon as I got back, power plant's back up and running now. There's going to be a future problem with the power plant. I'm pretty sure the generator needs some work or full replacement. When I kicked it back on again, the wood boiler that we're in front of right now started to try and heat the place up and get the dry kiln going again. And when it did that, I noticed, hey, it's leaking a little bit. And it turned out that one of my valves here, this one, it's a shark bite fitting, is leaking. I've ordered parts for our skid steer. The skid steer parts haven't arrived. Canada Post is on strike. 25% tariffs to US orders crossing the border from Canada to the US. That's really beyond my control. Nothing I could do about that. So this video is basically just about me patching things back together and continuing on, because that's what we're going to do here. This is actually one of the most comfortable rooms to work in right now because the wood boiler's on. I'm sure there's another way of doing this, but I'm just going to get her done. I'm going to just snip a chunk of this pipe off. It's nice and square. I got glycol everywhere. That went terribly. The good news is I did turn the boiler down so it wasn't scalding hot 100-degree water. The bad news is glycol's really expensive. Okay, maybe I'll put this valve this way, but I do need to cut again. I think I'm going to position the valve down here so I can hold it to this wall a little better. Sometimes I overthink things. I've done that before. This would be a case of me underthinking. I probably could have avoided some of this if I had thought a little further ahead. Put that on. This goes here. So if I've done this correctly, should be able to shut it off. So it's off, on. This was probably cut with a circular tool. Anyway, it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be very flush, and that's probably why it was leaking. So now it looks like that on the other side. We have fixed the leak as far as I can tell. I don't see any like drips, runs, or even anything wet on the bottom of the pipe here, which is where it would collect. That means that on the kiln side it was -1 and now it is starting to climb up a bit. We'll increase the temperature in there to 40 or 50 degrees Celsius over the next hour or two. On to the next task. I am covered in glycol now, but let's check and see what the next item on the to-do list is. The shop is getting back up to temperature. We're running the wood stove in there. One of the next big items to fix is our skid steer. The pins are really old and tired. It's secondhand, it's kind of not very new. So I bought a tool to help me with the repairs on it. All right, so the tool that I need in order to do this job is actually called a line bore. It's very expensive. So instead, What I've bought is called a mag drill. And this is effectively a drill press with a magnet on the bottom. Turn on the electrical current, it sticks to stuff, and then you can drill holes and things. Skid steer had threaded rod pins and an insert like that, which broke, surprisingly. It's supposed to be a solid piece of steel. So these are going to be the replacement pins. The bushings are long gone, and I need to bore out the skid steer in order to make this happen. These are the holes that the pin is supposed to go into. And then on the inside, it looks like that. So they're not round anymore, which is why I need a tool to make them round again. The only thing I need is more of these drill bits, and then I'm ready to test out this brand new magnetic drill no name brand. This is our Applewood wood incinerator. Applewood? Appledale, BC. Valley Comfort. I don't think these things are made anymore. Consumes lots of wood, but it does manage to heat this massive space that we call a shop. Okay, I just needed to make some space around the shop here, and I have this pile of cedar tops that was on my to-do list before I left to the VSA, and I think I should just clean this up before I get going with the rest of the orders. So my plan is we're gonna take these super wide tops and make them normal wide, because they don't store in our shelves and they're not wide enough for like a one piece or anything like that. So I'm just gonna have to make them as good as I can and standardize the size a little bit. It's kind of unfortunate. I like leaving them as wide as possible for you guys to give you some choice, but I can make also an executive decision on where to cut. I'll cut all the wavy bits of wood off and try and keep it as chocolatey as possible. So that was a nice break from fixing stuff. So I have all these cedar guitar tops that need to be planed now. Planer's living in here right now because we actually have a breakdown on our dust collection system. So yeah, I should probably fix that next. Now I've got these plain tops to go through. That happened off camera. So we measured the specific gravity on some of these pieces of cedar. This is 0.32, which is a really low number. Cedar does get that low occasionally. And this is like old stock. We've got two different colors. We got kind of a chocolate, and then there's almost a red here. Our dust collection system is broken down because of a capacitor. One day it was just spinning away, and then all of a sudden, pop, some black smoke came out. And next thing you know, here I am trying to figure out which capacitor to order. There's a capacitor. The only problem is shipping. All right, the next thing on my fix list is this thing. We had a really helpful mechanic do some mechanicking. Valve cover gasket was leaking a little bit. That's because when I put it back together, I didn't put in, I don't know, something. So while he was in there, he pointed out that one of our fan belts is missing a chunk of it. And I should order a new 5H 1678. It's like a cat number. There's two of them, by the way. $298.44. And I have to go pick it up in Prince George. This here is one of my most expensive pieces of machinery. I don't even know exactly why I need it. I guess sometimes I have to haul a trailer. And that means I need a big truck. Wow, look at this brand new transmission. Oh, wow. It has a huge amount of transmission fluid available. There's a big reservoir. Too bad it cost me $10,000. $10,000? Yeah, that's right, 10 grand to have the transmission rebuilt and maybe a steering box put in. And I can't do everything myself, so I paid someone to do that, unfortunately. That means that some of our products might get more expensive. If you'd rather see us making product, less of us fixing stuff, you should watch this video next.